appreciate y'all. I don't hardly do current events like I used to on this channel, but this situation caught my attention about Chris Brown. Uh, I'm a Chris Brown fan. I'm a Chris Brown fan, but I'm not biased. If he did something in the past, of course, he should be uh, accountable for his actions. He should take the consequences for his actions, not giving no excuse, as far as Chris Brown is concerned. But when I saw how much he had to give as far as bail is concerned, I was kind of like questioning that because that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, and maybe in his eyes that's not a lot of money. You know, $6.7 million. Uh, they said that he had to pay for bail to get out. It was based off of a situation in 2023 where he was at a club with his entourage and he got into it with some producer over there in Manchester in UK. Uh, and so happened that this producer was hit with a bottle, and so Chris Brown has this tour. He goes over to the UK, and as soon as he lands in the UK in Manchester for a tour for a show, they arrest him for the incident that happened 2 years ago. And so it's interesting uh, that these things happen. They must have been really put in the eye. Of course, him being Chris Brown. Of course, people won't know, where he's at and what he's doing. Of course, him having a huge tour. Uh, they're gonna set up something so they can get him for it. And so, the question is, um, you know, would you do you feel? I wonder if it was a money grab, as far as the bail. Uh, and I've done a video before about black men being accountable for each other. We do have to be accountable for each other as far as black men is concerned. But this situation was kind of questionable as far as how much he had to pay for bail, being that he's a list celebrity. Elvin Bilal, how you doing? How you doing, Jordan? But yeah, y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about the Chris Brown situation. Him being arrested in Manchester, in the UK. Uh, I feel sort of like it was a money grab. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like it was a money grab. Uh, they didn't have to charge him that much for bail, to me. Uh, and I can see at the same time that the bottle incident could have been life threatening. Uh, it could have been life threatening. But the question is, would they charge that much of a bail to someone that wasn't a celebrity? Would they charge that much? I've known people. I know people in different accidents that's had jail time. People that I know had jail time, and they done worse than that, and they didn't have to pay this much for those things. Uh, but y'all let me know. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Again, appreciate y'all for being in here. Appreciate y'all for being in here. Also, if you want to support this channel, $ Open Mind Convo. And please subscribe to this channel as well. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you're in here. Again, appreciate y'all. Arjun, can you help me with some money? Well, I need money myself. I'm sorry, brother. It's tough out here. I know it's tough out here. I don't really have nothing right now. If I did, but you know, I wish you best of luck finding that. But again, appreciate y'all for being in here. Uh, again, I just feel like it was a money grab to me. Like I said, if he wasn't a celebrity, would he still have to go through the same that predicament if he wasn't famous? Uh, he's trying to regain his reputation. People always relate him to the Rihanna incident. And Rihanna has moved on. Chris Brown has moved on. Uh, but they keep, associating him with, those past things that happened. But I think he's moved on, trying to do better, trying to stay focused on his music. Just won a Grammy this past Grammys. And so, you know, it's just crazy how, he had to pay that much for bail. That's crazy. Uh, but like I said, he's a celebrity. Of course, he can pay that amount of money for bail, but that's a lot of money for the average person. $6.7 million on bail. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. But y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Let me know in the comment section. But yeah, y'all let me know. Leave a comment. Even if you watch this later, what y'all think about the Chris Brown situation. And yeah. All right. Peace.